If you guys enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and let's get into it. This is the timeline of video game consoles. 1972. Magnavox released the Odyssey 100, making it one of the first home video game consoles. 1975. Odyssey 200 is released, making a massive upgrade on processing power from the Odyssey 100. 1976. Odyssey 300 was released. This had some of the first games to give the player a choice of difficulty levels. 1977. Nintendo releases the Color TV game series. This offered a multiplayer or co-op option to players for the first time. 1986. Sega released the Master System, the first Sega system selling 10 to 13 million units globally. 1989. Nintendo releases the Game Boy and Sega releases the Sega Genesis. The Game Boy was one of the first handheld game systems and the Sega Genesis was an improvement to the Master System. 1995. Sony releases the first PlayStation. This was one of the first game consoles to end up selling over 100 million units. 1996. Nintendo releases the Nintendo 64. This console was welcomed as a successor to the Game Boy and is even still popular to this day. 1999. Sega releases the Dreamcast. This was the first console in the sixth generation of gaming consoles. 2001. Microsoft releases the Xbox, making it the first Microsoft gaming console. 2005. Sony releases the PlayStation Portable and Microsoft releases the Xbox 360. Sony makes their first portable gaming device and Xbox introduces Xbox Live to their consoles. 2006. Sony releases the PS3 and Nintendo releases the Wii. The PS3 creates rivalry between Sony and Microsoft and Nintendo breaks sales records in the United States in the first month of its release. 2011. Nintendo releases the 3DS. Nintendo begins to compete with Sony's PSP. 2013. Sony releases the PlayStation 4 and Microsoft releases the Xbox One. Both of them compete against each other as the 8th generation of consoles. 2016. Microsoft releases the Xbox One S and Sony releases the PlayStation 4 Pro, upgrading the original consoles. 2017. Nintendo releases the Nintendo Switch. And it falls on its face in 3 days.